Oh snap! Hey, what's going on there, YouTube? JVS back again for another DC animated movie review. So the name of this one was the Justice League Crisis of Two Earths. Have this, and it's got the whole JLA Earth 2, the whole set, which is so cool. I'm going by this. I don't know if it's still available or not. You could probably go online to bestbuy.com. If not, like I said, Amazon or wherever. This is a perfect deal to be able to get the actual hard book and actually be able to get the full Blu-ray, DVD, and the digital copies of the actual book and the movies. $14.99. That's a perfect steal. Anyway, about this one. So when I was watching it, one of the things I realized is that these are perfect parallels to the characters that we know and love. When you got like somebody such as Superwoman in this one, she is of course the polar opposite of Wonder Woman. In the animated feature, a lot of times there's been nudges with Wonder Woman having infatuations with Batman, but I guess in the New 52 comics now they kind of developed a relationship. But regardless of the fact, in this one, like, Superwoman has this infatuation with Owlman. And it's so funny because Bruce Wayne could have been a part of the Court of the Owls. He could have been the next Talon or whatever else. And so, but that didn't happen. That wasn't his driving force. So that wasn't something that was going to be the outcome. But there's so many different things that you're looking at these characters they're going up against. Like, instead of the green arrow, you're looking at the red arrow. And like, it's just really cool. I mean, even now the start of it, you got Lex Luthor and then you got the Joker. And I was like, what the heck? Like, Joker doesn't seem like the Joker. He doesn't move like the Joker. He moves like Harley Quinn mixed with the Joker. And then at the same time, he's got like a laughable personality. And then Lex, he's not arrogant. He's not too coy or rushed. He's like trying to genuinely be a good person or a good Samaritan and do what he can. And like in the beginning, I mean, the first part of the episode, like, well, not the episode, but the movie, the Joker literally sacrifices himself, killing alone the polar opposite of John Stewart, or the Martian Manhunter. And I think, well, they were a rendition of Hawkgirl, because she had freaking stuck him through the chest with her burning sword, which is so jacked up. One thing I'll say about this one, this wasn't really gory. This was kind of more kid-friendly, but that doesn't deviate from the fact that the action sequences were really awesome. Like, it had some really awesome scenes. And there's a lot of implied like gore and violence. Now, to me, honestly, it might have been more awesome if there was a lot more violence and gore, especially coming from the crime syndicate. Like, to have Ultraman, if y'all remember looking at Smallville, any of y'all Smallville fans, there was a saying that, like, this is an early version of Ultraman. It's like, I forget what he said. It's like, before breakfast ends, he has to kill somebody. Like, it's just how his personality is. Like, he lives and breathes for being a conqueror, you know what I'm saying? And even like, it's more so than a Zod mentality. Like, he's just corrupt. And in this one, he's kind of like more of like a mob gangster and stuff like that. But you don't really get to see him like show his brutality, such as like if you look in Gods and Monsters. I mean, even like the Superman of that era was a lot more violent, in my opinion, than this Ultraman. It was really more so a dumbed down version of like Gods and Monsters, or even like the version that they kind of represent up here, because they kind of traded back from the violence. But Owlman, oh my gosh, the way that they treated Owlman in this one, and I think it was actually voiced by, what is that guy's name? Oh my gosh. I know I remember it. Crisis on Two Earths. Can't believe I forgot it. What is his name? Come on. Oh yeah, James Woods. James Woods was the one that voiced Owlman. And then who was the one that voiced? Yeah, it was William Baldwin, and this one that voiced Batman. I swear all the Baldwins, they're like all infatuated trying to be Batman. Mark Hortman was playing Superman. Gina Torres was playing Superwoman. Of course, that's why. You got Chris North that played Lex Luthor. Who else? Is anybody notable? Nolan North played Green Lantern, which he loved to play it. So it was really some big names in this one, but it was just, I like looking at the parallels between the good and the bad versions. Like I always like that. That's one of the things that I liked about like Superman Doom, is that you got somebody that the Justice League has to be able to go up against instead of just one singular entity or person or villain, you know. And the Crime Center, they had the potential of being really good, especially like towards the end. Like, there's an epic fight between them, and it just went back and forth, but you get to see who's the real deal, you know. But going back to Owlman, like how he's kind of presented in the beginning, like he literally almost dismantled all of them. Like every single time that he was in a fight, he was on top. Like there was never a point, like even if he was fighting against like Wonder Woman or Superman or Batman, like he literally had control most of the time. And it's like, to me, he was kind of like his version of Nemesis, essentially. If any of y'all looked at the comic book series, where he wasn't afraid to kill, he was genocidal. He wasn't as methodical and crazy, but essentially, yeah, he really was. Like in the end game of him wanting to take out the Earth Prime to be able to disintegrate all portions of reality that as we know it, like yeah, that's just seriously sick. And I think that it was crazy because Superwoman got this infatuation with Batman. She's like, oh, you remind me of my boyfriend or XYZ. So I'm gonna punch you one of your ribs and I'm gonna torture you and make you my slave. I'm like, yeah, you're sadist and crazy. So it's really interesting looking at the different parallels. I feel like it could have gone a little bit harder, you know, but like at the same exact time, like they gave me a really great version of Owlman that I thought was entertaining, dangerous, and it was really well done. Especially to seeing like how Batman had to beat him towards the end. And I can't even remember the phrase because he had him dead to rights essentially. He's like, yeah, I stared into the abyss, and you know we're a lot alike, but you were different. I stared into the abyss, you blinked, I didn't. And like he took the thing, sent it off to this off world. Like I tell you, Batman was the cause of 2 different deaths in this one, because he, in order for him to get to the point that he needed to get to stop Owlman, he had said that like Lex had said they need somebody that had fast enough vibration to be able to do it. And there's another version of the Flash that had the same exact powers of the Speed Force like the Flash, and they were kind of going at it the whole entire time, but Batman implied that the Flash was not fast enough. You kind of find out this dude, like, he came out of like making this warp hole, and he just completely, you literally died right there. And before he even said it, he was like, you knew this was gonna happen, didn't you? Batman ain't say nothing. So it's 2 people Batman was the cause of the death. Like it was really interesting. There were a lot of different things I liked about it. Deathstroke was actually the president. His daughter Rose, which I forget her name in the DC universe, the regular DC universe, but she became this really interesting entity because like she had infatuation with John. John was faced with the opportunity of being able to stay there, but he decided not to. He wanted to make sure the Earth that his new home, like from coming from Mars to Earth, that's his home. And even though he was in love with this girl, it was really interesting, that dynamic. But like I said, I feel like they could have gone a lot more harder with this one. So I give it a 7.5 out of 10, even though it was really good. And the more I watch it, the more I enjoy it. I want to give it an 8, but I feel like out of looking at all the ones I've looked at today and like comparing it to like Under the Red Hood or even Gods and Monsters, I think if Gods and Monsters had not existed and I actually got to see like what a real crime syndicate could really look like, and these guys, I mean the Gods and Monsters one, like they actually ended up being really good. It's just, I mean, you get to see it, you know what I mean? But that doesn't mean it wasn't any less enjoying. So maybe I can give it a generous 8 out of 10, but now I'm curious 7.5. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed my review for the Justice League Crisis on 2 Earths. Hopefully you go out and buy this if you can before the price gets hiked up after Sunday. And definitely leave a like if you actually enjoyed it. Leave your comments in the comment section below what you think about this actual series, or not a series, but this actual movie. And if y'all have any recommendations of any other animated DC movies that y'all would like me to review, please let me know. Even if it's Under the Red Hood, or even if it's like Superman, Batman, Public Enemies, whatever. Like, I'm down for it. I'm excited. I'm really happy because I just got a brand new laptop. Joe just got a brand new laptop. So y'all are gonna be able to actually see like more transitions and video editing. Got Photoshop back, so we're excited. So come next week, everything's gonna go back to normal. Thanks for bearing with us in this hard time. Thanks for the prayers, keeping us lifted up, the positivity. It blesses us, all honesty. So, without further ado, just want to give y'all a heads up. Tomorrow, me and Jarrell's Alexandria, we're going to be doing a special talk about DC 23. Everything that's been going on, whether it be Civil War, whether it be Star Wars. We have the insight. We've been checking the live blogs, so we're going to have an open discussion about it. Anybody would like to be a part of that, definitely go and check the next link that's going to be coming up. I'm going to try to put a scheduled time frame. I'm not sure yet, but thanks everybody for watching. This is SCL, part of JVS. Y'all have a blessed night, blessed evening, blessed day. Take care.